Toby was a little turtle. He had a smooth green shell. He lived near a big blue pond. The pond was full of cool water. Tall green reeds grew at the edge. Little fish swam in the pond. Toby loved his home very much. Every morning Toby woke up slowly. He would stretch his little legs. He would peek his head out of his shell. The sun made the water sparkle. Butterflies with bright wings fluttered past. Yellow ducks paddled on the pond. Toby watched them with curious eyes. He felt calm and safe by his pond. Toby liked to explore around his home. He walked slowly, step by step. He looked at tiny ladybugs on leaves. He saw busy ants marching in a line. Sometimes he would munch on a tasty clover. The world was full of wonders for Toby. He was a gentle and curious turtle. One sunny morning, Toby saw something new. Far, far away past the green meadow, he saw a tiny speck of bright color. It shimmered in the warm sunlight. Toby blinked his little turtle eyes. What could that beautiful thing be? He felt a little flutter in his tummy. He climbed onto a smooth, warm rock. This rock was his favorite thinking spot. From here he could see a little farther. The bright speck was still there, shining. It looked like a beautiful, special flower. A flower he had never seen before. It seemed to be calling to him gently. Toby wondered what it smelled like. The flower was so far away. It looked like a tiny, colorful star. Toby thought about the flower all day. He wished he could see it up close. A little seed of adventure started to grow. Maybe, Toby whispered to himself softly, maybe I could go and visit it. The next morning, the sun woke Toby. The gentle rays of light warmed his shell, nudging him awake from his cozy slumber. He remembered the beautiful, faraway flower. Its vibrant colors and sweet scent had filled his dreams. Today was the day, he decided quietly. He felt a sense of purpose and determination. He would go on a journey to the flower. It was a journey he had been thinking about for days. He felt a little bit nervous inside. The unknown path ahead made his heart flutter. But he also felt a spark of excitement. The thrill of adventure was calling to him. He took a deep turtle breath. It calmed his nerves and filled him with courage. I can do this, he thought bravely. He knew he had the strength within him. He found a juicy green leaf. It was the perfect fuel for his journey. He nibbled a tiny bit for breakfast. The leaf tasted fresh and crisp. He saved the rest for his journey. It would be his sustenance along the way. A little snack for his big adventure. He felt ready and prepared. He looked at his cozy pond one last time, the place he called home. He would miss it while he was away. But he knew he had to follow his heart. But the thought of the flower pulled him onward. Its beauty was a beacon for his journey. He was ready to start his trip. Every part of him was prepared for the adventure. Toby took his first slow step. It was a small step, but it felt monumental. Then another and another after that. Each step brought him closer to his goal. His little legs moved steadily. They carried him forward with determination. His strong shell kept him safe. It was his armor against the world. He was a small turtle on a big adventure. The world seemed vast and full of possibilities, but his heart felt full of courage. He knew he could face whatever came his way. Soon, Toby came to a very big puddle. Oh my, it looked like a little lake. The water was shiny and reflected the sky. The surface shimmered with the light of the sun, creating a beautiful, almost magical scene. It stretched right across his path, making it impossible to continue without getting wet. Toby stopped at the puddle's edge, pondering his next move. He peered into the clear water, trying to gauge its depth. He could see his own little face looking back, distorted slightly by the ripples. How would he get to the other side? He thought for a little while, considering his options. He could try to swim through it, but that seemed risky. The middle looked quite deep, and he wasn't sure if he could make it. Maybe he could go all the way around, but that would be a long journey. That would take a very long time, and he might get tired. Toby looked left, and then he looked right, searching for a better solution. He saw some stepping stones nearby, scattered across the puddle. Small gray stones peeking out of the water, forming a potential path. Toby decided to try the stones, hoping they would hold his weight. He took a slow, careful step onto the first one, testing its stability. Wibble wobble went the stone a little, but it held firm. But Toby kept his balance very well, moving cautiously from one stone to the next. At last he stepped onto dry grass again, feeling relieved and proud. He had crossed the big, wide puddle, overcoming the challenge with determination and care. After the puddle, Toby walked on. The sun was warm on his shell. He munched a tiny bit of his leaf. It tasted good after his puddle adventure. Then he saw something else in his way. It was a long, brown log. It was taller than Toby and very, very long, like a sleepy giant resting in the grass. The log looked rough and bumpy. How would Toby get over this? He couldn't go under it easily, and going all the way around seemed too far. Toby looked up at the top of the log. It seemed like a little mountain to him, but he remembered the beautiful flower. He knew he had to keep going. Toby found a spot where the bark was crumbly. He put his front feet on the log. He pushed with his strong back legs. Slowly, slowly, he started to climb. He reached the very top of the log. Toby continued his slow and steady journey. He walked through tall green grass. The grass tickled his chin a little. He felt a tiny bit tired now. His legs were working very hard. The flower still seemed quite far away. Toby sat down for a moment to rest. Suddenly he heard a quick thump, thump, thump. A fluffy brown rabbit hopped nearby. She had long ears and a wiggly nose. She stopped and looked at Toby curiously. "Hello there, little turtle," she said kindly. "My name is Rosie. What's your name?" Toby smiled a small turtle smile. "My name is Toby," he replied softly. "It's nice to meet you, Rosie." Rosie Rabbit twitched her nose. "Where are you going so slowly?" she asked. Toby pointed with his head. "I am going to see that beautiful flower," he said. "The one shining on the hill over there?" Rosie's eyes sparkled when she saw it. Rosie's kind words made Toby feel better. He felt his courage grow a little stronger. "Thank you, Rosie," he said happily. Rosie Rabbit waved her fluffy tail. "Good luck on your journey, Toby," she called. Then she hopped away, quick as a blink. Toby watched her go, then turned back to his path. He felt refreshed and ready to continue. He walked on, feeling more hopeful. The sun shone brightly in the blue sky. Little crickets chirped in the grass. Toby hummed a little turtle tune. He was enjoying his big adventure now. Each step brought him closer to the flower. He thought about Rosie's friendly words, slow and steady with courage in his heart. Then a big, fluffy white cloud appeared. It floated slowly across the bright sky. The cloud moved right in front of the sun, and it also moved in front of the flower. Toby felt a surge of joy in his heart. The flower was still there, waiting for him. He started walking again with renewed energy. He walked past colorful pebbles on the ground. He saw a busy beetle with a shiny back. The air began to smell sweet and lovely. Could it be the scent of the flower? Toby's little nose twitched with excitement. He climbed up a small, gentle hill. Each step was filled with anticipation. The bright colors of the flower grew bigger. He could see its lovely soft petals now. They were red and yellow and orange, shining like a tiny, beautiful rainbow. Toby's heart beat a little faster. He was almost there. He really was. And then, Toby reached the flower. He stood right in front of it. It was even more beautiful up close. It smelled so sweet and wonderful. As Toby admired the beautiful flower, he heard some tiny noises nearby. The garden was alive with the sounds of nature. He looked around and saw other little creatures. They were all drawn to the same beautiful flower. A ladybug with bright red spots was there. She seemed to be enjoying the flower just as much as Toby. A fuzzy caterpillar was munching on a leaf. It looked very content with its meal, and a small, shy snail peeked out from its shell. It seemed curious but cautious. They were all looking at the wonderful flower too. It was a moment of shared admiration. They seemed as happy as Toby was. The flower had brought them all together. Toby remembered Rosie Rabbit's kindness. She had always been so encouraging. He remembered how good it felt to be encouraged. It was a warm, uplifting feeling. He wanted to share his happiness now. He wanted his new friends to feel the same joy. The flower was so big and beautiful, its petals were vibrant and full of life. There was enough beauty for everyone to enjoy. It was a gift from nature to all of them. Toby had a wonderful idea. He wanted to make this moment even more special. He looked at his new little neighbors. They were all so different, yet they shared this beautiful moment. And he smiled a friendly turtle smile. It was a smile of pure joy and contentment. "Isn't this flower lovely?" Toby said softly. He wanted to share his thoughts with his new friends. The ladybug wiggled her antennae in agreement. She seemed to understand Toby's feelings. The caterpillar stopped munching and nodded. It was a small gesture, but it meant a lot. The snail slowly came out of its shell a bit more. It was gaining confidence from the shared moment. Toby felt warm and happy inside. He was surrounded by new friends and shared joy. He had found the flower, and now new friends. It was a perfect day in the garden. They admired the flower's bright colors together. Each color seemed to tell a story of its own. They enjoyed its sweet scent in the air. It was a scent that brought them all closer together.